Oh man, this wheel track kind of sucks with this.
It is his car, so I don't want to stuff it.
Hold that line. When you see a sidestep on the track, that's when you know things are going to get interesting.
I should probably tell you now that I had some dodgy chicken last night.
Skippy, the Grenadier is finally back. And for the next 7 days, I'll be exposing Skip to red dust, red rocks, and really long durations of rough tracks and red roads. By the end of this multi-part adventure, I will be handing the INEOS Grenadier back. Yep, this is Skip's last adventure with me at the wheel.
It's been a long drive, but I'll tell you what, I am super excited. The Pilbara, that's where we're heading.
Specifically the East Pilbara, and to get a grip on how big the area really is.
What a massive place, the largest shire in the world.
So it makes sense to point out exactly where within the East Pilbara we're heading. First stop, Newman, to gain access permits to Stewart's Pool, Calgan Pool, Hickman Crater, and then off to Skull Springs and Running Waters.
We've got 7 days to explore this awesome area. I mean, it's a long drive, and one of the best parts about heading to the Pilbara, you can pull up almost anywhere. We're on the edge of the Gascoyne River. It's a free camp. It's the best part about getting this far north. Freedom, away from the city. Yes, my pillow, it's in here. We're off to a good start. That is awesome. There's a particular track that's supposed to be quite technical and tough. It's a really short one, but it leads you to this beautiful waterhole. I think there's like gorges and stuff around. That's what excites me. The Pilbara is like the forgotten brother or sister of the Kimberley. Yes! Let me show you the pillow that I did have with me. That's what I was going to sleep with. Good to have a win every now and then. Behind the scenes. There's a 76 that's with us.
My mate Chris is the main cameraman and he's brought with him.
There is the co-pilot, Jacob. Who swallowed the fly then?
I did.
All right, one in. One in. It's unusual for me to be at camp this early. Check out the bark on these trees. It's like someone ran a cheese grater on it. Like that. This would be great for starting the fire with.
The first of many fires to come. All of my cooking throughout the Pilbara over the next week will be done over a campfire or a roadside fire. There is simply no better way to disconnect from everything going on in life by sitting next to a campfire. But before you know it, it's Adventure Day.
Time to hit the road. Off we go, the Newman.
"230 kilometres northbound on the Great Northern Highway. After overtaking a few road trains,
I say, hey, there's some sweet.
We reach our last stop before we can officially begin. We're in Newman to obtain our permits.
One thing you need to know, this region is so big, it's so vast, you've really got to be selective of the area you want to go to if you want to see as much as you can.
One standout thing about the Newman Visitor Centre, they have a decent selection of proper maps. And it's not something I normally see.
What do you call a lady with one leg leaning against the wall?
See, I know all the jokes.
Oh, you do? Damn it.
Darlene.
Yeah. All right, what's even more important than all the information you get over there is speaking to the locals and getting the extra information, like the details of certain tracks that may be out of your league if your vehicle's not up to scratch or if you don't want to scratch your vehicle. And the permit. This will allow us to access the mining roads, gold coin donation, that's it, very reasonable, and this allows us to visit Calgan Pool, Hickman Crater and all the other awesome places. All right, I think I'm done.
Perfect.
There was no wind until now. I just love these big maps.
Knowing how to use a paper map is very important.
We're going right there, off the highway, Stewart's Pool. Particularly when you get closer to the pool, it might get to a point where most people will stop, but if you want the adventure to keep going, we keep going across. Now I'm gonna work this map out again. You know what, I'm gonna leave it like this. We're gonna air down to about 20 PSI. That's what the INEOS is gonna go down to. The stuff we're gonna be driving on is this harsh, unforgiving rock. All different types of rocks. Some sharp, some smooth, some very harsh. If you don't lower your tires out here, it is simply a matter of time before you're gonna pop a tire, puncture one. The Goldfields and the Pilbara are the two only areas where I've actually staked tires. It will get rough as we go. The 76, we're gonna put that down at 16 PSI because it's much lighter, even though the camera crew have thrown so much gear in there. Much heavier, down to 20 PSI, I think will be spot on number.
In my possession, the INEOS Grenadier has done 7,800 kilometres.
Parking sensors going off. Off we go.
The next 2,000 kilometres will be its roughest yet.
Off-roading. For this, we are going to use 4x4 high range until we need low range. Things will get scrabbly. Look at those ghost gums. Surrounded by spinifex, red rock. The landscape is awesome. Rolling rocky hills, and there's what looks like a gorge up ahead as well, or a cliff. The ghost gums really stand out. And that's when you know that you are in the Pilbara. It's looking like it's starting to get a little bit fun. Got to follow that ridge line up there. That corner up there looks like it could be a bit of a funny angle, especially if you're not used to your vehicle. We are in low range. Yeah, this vehicle's just so smooth. There's a decent hole there. Oh yeah, there's a few slidey marks here. Looks like we got ourselves a switchback. I reckon the most difficult thing about this track so far is keeping your eyes on the track. It's definitely getting a little bit more interesting here. We're actually going to go to manual mode. First gear low. It's actually the first time first gear low feels too fast in this car. I'd imagine this would be pretty rough going in the Land Cruiser, being a lot stiffer.
Seeing the difference on those two vehicles, you would likely appreciate that driving the Grenadier on this type of terrain makes it difficult to gauge how rough the track really is. Having coil suspension, a wider wheel track and more weight makes a huge difference. And as much as I prefer to feel what the vehicle's doing so I can gauge what's going on, I do appreciate the comfort of this vehicle. It's pretty nice.
This thing's like being in a boat, nice and comfy.
Although it's a short track with epic 360-degree views,
wow, look at that view behind.
It's quite windy, so it feels longer than it really is.
I wouldn't say the track's difficult, but it's certainly increased the level, that's for sure. It's very scrabbly going up this hill, and you can see where others have lost traction. Starting to slip wheels a little bit.
The terrain is gradually getting steeper.
That's a sign of how steep we're at the moment.
And of course, going up usually results in the same level of steepness going down. And going by my GPS and maps, the marked track is about to disappear.
Just spotted some car parts in front of me, and this is where the track ends on the map. We have a side step. That one looks like a Hilux one actually. When you see a side step on the track, that's when you know things are going to get interesting. Look how beat up this is. That's had some serious time on the rocks. That's a decent run down there. You could easily wreck your car on that. Yeah, look, even on camera, that looks very steep. I mean, there's the vehicles up there, and they're only, what, 30 metres away.
Mate, that's easy.
A lot of rocks packed. Imagine you're driving on reef near the beach, and you scuff up against it. That stuff's gonna slash your tyres. This does the same thing, particularly when it's laying like this. Imagine a mountain sort of tipped over, and you have all the layers, they're all breaking apart. And we're now driving across, so it's almost like driving sideways on a cliff, but the cliff has fallen over. So we're driving over that part. That is so sharp. It's also very loose and scrabbly. Putting about 3 tonne on top of them, all that weight of your car is sliding down. Scuff up against the sides, this is where you can really destroy your tyres. That's where the mud terrains are really gonna be in a league of their own, but it doesn't mean I'm not gonna do some damage. That's why we walk the tracks. We check for this kind of stuff, and then we try and straddle it, meaning putting it between the wheels and driving over. But at the same time, you also got to factor in, is your diff going to clear? Are you going to lose a side step? Those kind of things. Stewart's Pool Track, this is where if you have a stock vehicle, not too much full drive experience, you're likely going to do some serious damage here. Let's get this done. Low range, first gear low. This is going to require some concentration, that's for sure. This car is slightly wider than what I'm used to. That said, you can kind of go by that edge. Oh, we've got some big holes coming up there. There's a big boulder on that side. You know, when I'm not talking, you know, I'm really thinking, I think I'm dragged on something there. Oh, nearly lost the GoPro on the back. I'll tell you what, oh man, this wheel track kind of sucks for this corner. Oh, can't see that side. The boys aren't saying anything yet, so they're also fixed looking through those little lenses on the cameras though. You know what's going to be the fun part? I was driving up this tomorrow. The Pilbara, where you drive over rock and it sounds like dinner plates. Now Chris wants me to drive the 76 down, but I am going to hopefully convince him to drive and I'll guide him through. This will be good for him. And then you pop out of something hectic and then you get these views again. That's cool. Love it. Chris is now going to take the 76 down, which doesn't flex as much. How you feel, Chris?
No, it's all good. You're going to be on radio, so you're just going to guide me down?
Yeah, yep. So just make sure you drive it slower than what you're running.
Okay, let's do it. It's not like the Prado that I used to have. Yep, low range. Low range first.
You're likely going to be riding the brake most of the way down.
Okay, I've got Ronny just guiding me through this. I mean, he didn't need a guide when he was taking the Grenadier through, but this is his car, so he's listening to me.
Are you talking to me like you were talking to the camera on the radio?
It was.
Yeah, keep it nice and steady there. You're good, you're good. No worries.
It is his car, so I don't want to stuff it. These big muddies are great, eh?
Well, that's why I'm telling you to get muddies.
I know you are. I'm still not sold, mate, but maybe at the bottom I will be.
Hold that line.
This next section's got me a little bit worried.
Oh man, the clearance on that's actually really good.
It just feels so smooth, eh? Like over the rocks. What pressure? We're down to what, 16 psi?
Yeah, you're down to 16 psi, and it's just great for that car with that weight.
Yeah, it feels really comfortable, eh?
Hold him there for a sec.
What's our plan of attack, Ronny?
So you want to be heading towards, I'll point the radio at it in a sec. You want to be aiming your driver's side wheel to here.
Yeah, roger that.
You want to avoid this big hole here, otherwise you have to commit to the hole. Alright, it's going to feel really, really...
shit for you.
Okay.
Keep hooking it left. Now hold up.
How's that angle feel?
I should probably tell you now that I had some dodgy chicken last night.
Now a little bit right. Keep going though. Yep, hold that line.
All right, here we go.
A little bit to the left.
Yeah, beautiful.
That's wicked. Man, this thing just eats it up, hey? Okay, I want Muddies.
Be nice and slow on the leaf pack on the back there. Yep, beautiful mate, well driven.
Awesome.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Wow, it really pays just to follow out the front with the radio.
Clearance, just because it's got such a ridiculous lift on it. Are you saying it's too capable, we didn't get enough adrenaline there?
It's so, I just can't believe those tyres, how they just feel so spongy, you know, and grippy.
You just got to go to muds, mate.
Yeah, I felt in control the whole time. I'm almost sold, you know.
Almost, he says.
Maybe 75% there, but...
Really? 75%? I've got it on record.
Okay, I want Muddies.
He's mad keen now, he's mad keen.
Let's go now.
Bogan spec next. You know, for a really short track, it's only like 20 kilometres, a windy track, and maybe 15 k's as the crow flies. It's really good. Stewart's Pool, here we come.
Must be on the right track because this looks promising.
Stewart's Pool. It's a bit dry. Not sure I'd swim in that. Say at a better time of the year, this is all underwater, and you'd likely be parking up there, not down here. Wicked gorge though. Wicked gorge. I reckon this would make an epic camp tonight. I'm just picturing the light of the fire bouncing off the rocks. Not a bad camp, eh? Just in the nick of time as well. I'm looking forward to tomorrow morning, getting all the light in the walls. There's this really contrasty white gum with this almost black rock behind it. It looks wicked. And just a reminder, we have checked the weather. No rain anywhere. We are okay to be down here. Just saying that because last time we went to Pilbara, we got washed out 3 times. So there's probably still a little bit of anxiety about that from last time. That's why we double check, triple check the weather.
What a place to end up. Next time, we make our way deeper into the Pilbara, seeking more challenges and adventure for Skip, the Grenadier, with plenty of water crossings and scrabbly hills still to come, before we get real remote.